negative exponents. All right, students. Today we're learning about negative exponents, and the abstract rule for negative exponents is when we have a to the negative m power, it equals 1 over a to the m. So it becomes a fraction. And I'm going to hand this over to Mr. OJ because he has a really cool story about negative exponents.
Some numbers like being on the beach. Some numbers are happy under the water, swimming with the fish. But sometimes, when you're out on the water, out in the water, your hands get all pruny and you start to worry about jellyfish and sharks, so you want to get out of the water and dry off on the land. Whenever you're not happy, you have negative thoughts, you're negative. To make yourself happy and positive again, you've got to do something for yourself. So those pruny numbers, to make themselves happy, will get out of the water and dry off on the beach. Sometimes when you're on the beach, you're getting hot and sweaty and there's sand all over you and you want to wash off and cool off. So you go into the water and that makes you happy. So anytime your little thought bubble is feeling negative, you got to do something to make yourself happy. And that's how it is with numbers.
So, like Mr. OJ was saying, negative exponents need to go either above water or below water, the opposite of where they are. So, for our first example today, we have x to the negative third power, okay? So this one is above water. This is like x to the negative 3 over 1. So and it needs to go under the fraction to become positive, or underwater. So if you guys remember, to become a positive exponent, it's going to move to the bottom. 1 over x cubed, or to the third power. Now we're going to start combining some of the rules that we've learned so far. So for number 2, we've got 2x cubed times 3x to the negative 4. Okay, so just like you guys remember, we are going to multiply these two things together to simplify. So we are going to multiply the 2 and the 3. That gives us 6. And then I'm multiplying x to the third times x to the negative 4th. Now, whenever we are multiplying, we add exponents. So that's going to be x to the 3 plus negative 4. 3 plus negative 4 equals negative 1. So we have 6x to the negative 1. Your answers cannot have negative exponents in them. We don't want to have negative people around here. So we are going to take this negative exponent, and remember the exponent is only attached to x, it's not attached to 6, and we are going to move it to the bottom of our fraction. Okay, it needs to go underwater. It's getting a sunburn. So this then becomes 6 over x to the first power, or you can just write it as x, because if it doesn't have an exponent, the assumed exponent is 1. For example number 3, we have c over d to the negative 4. We are going to move him above water so he can dry off. So we've got c d to the 4th. That 4 becomes positive. And we could put it over 1 if we wanted to. For number 4, we have x to the negative 2y over z. Okay, that -2 is only attached to the x. The x is the only negative thing in this problem, or the only thing with a negative exponent in this problem. So we're gonna take this x and this -2 and we're gonna make it positive. So that gives us, we're gonna put him underwater because he's burning. That gives us just the y on top, and now we have x squared z on the bottom. Notice that the y and z did not move. They were happy, they didn't have any negative exponents, so they stayed in the same spot. You only move the ones with negative exponents.